World Numismatic Finds proudly welcomes you to an exciting look at top 3 rare U.S. wheat penny coins that continue to spark curiosity among collectors worldwide. In this feature, we explore the 1940 wheat penny in circulating condition, the 1938 wheat penny with a naturally faded appearance, and the 1945 wheat penny showing signs of age and dirt from decades of use. Each of these classic American coins carries its own story from the heart of U.S. history, reminding us how even well-worn pennies can hold surprising charm, collectible interest, and hidden potential for numismatic enthusiasts. Let's get started up with a simple copper penny from 1940 in your hand, a coin that once passed through grocery stores, newsstands, and factory payrolls during one of the most important decades in American history. The 1940 wheat penny was minted at a time when the United States was emerging from the Great Depression and standing on the edge of World War II. Every one of these coins carries the quiet energy of a nation rebuilding itself, and even in circulated condition, this penny represents a powerful story of resilience, everyday commerce, and American determination. While millions were produced, only a fraction survive today with strong detail and natural aging, which is why collectors continue to chase this coin with growing excitement. On the front of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's profile immediately commands attention. His portrait, designed by Victor D. Brenner, reflects strength, intelligence, and calm leadership, qualities that deeply resonated with Americans in 1940. Even on circulated examples, Lincoln's facial features often remain surprisingly bold, especially the jawline and forehead. The word "Liberty" to the left and the date 1940 beneath Lincoln's shoulder anchor the coin firmly in its historical moment. On the reverse side, the iconic wheat ears curve upward on both sides, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum proudly displayed above. These wheat stalks symbolize prosperity and agricultural strength, making this design one of the most beloved in U.S. coin history. The 1940 wheat penny was struck in a bronze composition made primarily of copper, giving it that warm reddish-brown tone collectors admire. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, a solid feel that instantly distinguishes it from modern pennies. Even after decades of circulation, the weight and thickness remain a reminder of an era when coins were built to last. Many collectors find that circulated examples develop a rich, natural patina that actually enhances their visual appeal rather than diminishing it. What makes this penny particularly interesting is how common history transforms into modern-day demand. While the 1940 wheat penny is not rare in a traditional sense, demand continues to climb as more collectors seek affordable yet historically powerful coins. Circulated condition coins tell a stronger story for many enthusiasts because they show real use, real movement, and real life. Light wear on the wheat stalks and softening of Lincoln's coat are signs this coin truly lived in America's past, and that authenticity fuels its desirability. Now let's talk about today's market excitement, where collector speculation and demand drive eye-opening values. While an average circulated 1940 wheat penny might seem modest at first glance, high-demand collector markets often place dramatic premium values on well-preserved circulated examples. Some private collectors and niche markets have showcased circulated 1940 wheat pennies with claimed values reaching $1,500, $3,800, and even $7,250 depending on color, strike sharpness, and surface appeal. In extreme hype-driven scenarios, exceptional circulated pieces have been talked about with speculative prices as high as $12,000 or even $25,000, figures that spark curiosity and fuel collector excitement. These numbers, written plainly as $1,500, $3,800, $7,250, $12,000, and $25,000, demonstrate just how powerful perception and demand can be in the coin world. For collectors, the key is knowing what to look for and how to protect value. Always examine the date and mint details carefully, even though the coin may appear ordinary at first glance. Natural color, even wear, and the absence of harsh cleaning marks significantly increase desirability. Storing the coin in a protective holder, avoiding excessive handling, and learning how circulated grades are evaluated can dramatically improve long-term value. Many seasoned collectors intentionally seek circulated wheat pennies because they combine affordability with historical depth, making them ideal for both beginners and serious numismatists. In closing, the 1940 wheat penny stands as a powerful reminder that everyday objects can become extraordinary over time. This coin is more than just 1 cent. It is a piece of American heritage, a survivor of economic recovery, and a symbol of enduring value. Whether discovered in an old collection, inherited from family, or found through careful searching, a circulated 1940 wheat penny holds the potential to excite, inspire, and captivate. As demand continues to grow and stories continue to circulate about high-value examples, this humble coin proves that even the smallest denomination can carry a legacy worth thousands. At number 2, the 1938 wheat penny is more than just loose change from the past. It represents the final chapter of an iconic era in U.S. coinage. This coin was struck at the very end of the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, just 1 year before the design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. By 1938, the United States was slowly emerging from the Great Depression, and every penny carried real purchasing power. Even today, a faded 1938 wheat penny still carries the weight of that history, and collectors continue to search for these coins because they symbolize the closing of a beloved design that had been in circulation since 1909. Physically, the 1938 wheat penny follows the classic specifications that collectors admire. It was struck in a copper-based alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that warm reddish-brown tone that many older pennies display today. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, and even when the surface appears faded from decades of circulation, that solid copper feel is unmistakable the moment it rests in your palm. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's dignified portrait, a design created by Victor D. Brenner, while the reverse shows the 2 wheat ears framing the words, 1 cent, a design that has become one of the most recognizable images in American numismatic history. What makes the 1938 wheat penny especially fascinating is the story hidden in its details. This was the last full year of wheat penny production before the design transition, which alone adds emotional and historical value. Coins from this year were produced at multiple mints, and while millions were struck, far fewer have survived in collectible condition. A faded example tells its own story, showing signs of honest circulation, softened lettering, and smooth high points that prove it was once part of everyday American life. Collectors often appreciate this kind of wear because it confirms authenticity and age, and many believe coins like this still have untapped potential in the market. When rarity and condition come into focus, the faded 1938 wheat penny becomes even more interesting. While uncirculated examples are scarce and highly prized, circulated coins with natural fading are still in strong demand due to their affordability and historical significance. As time goes on, fewer original pieces remain untouched by cleaning or damage, making even worn examples increasingly desirable. Some collectors actively seek faded coins because they prefer originality over artificial shine, and this trend has driven renewed interest in well-preserved circulated wheat pennies. Now let's talk about market value, because this is where excitement truly builds. In today's collector market, a faded 1938 wheat penny is often overlooked by the untrained eye, but seasoned collectors know better. While common circulated examples may trade for modest amounts, certain 1938 wheat pennies are rumored to reach astonishing prices when demand surges. In speculative and collector-driven markets, values are often discussed in the thousands of dollars. Some enthusiasts claim that a strong example could command prices around $1,500, $2,800, or even $5,000, with extreme collector hype pushing perceived values as high as $10,000 or $25,000 for standout pieces. These numbers, written plainly as $1,500, $2,800, $5,000, $10,000, and even $25,000, fuel the imagination and keep collectors hunting through old jars and inherited collections with renewed excitement. For collectors, owning a 1938 wheat penny in faded condition is about more than immediate profit. It's about long-term potential and historical pride. Storing the coin properly, avoiding harsh cleaning, and protecting it from moisture can help preserve what remains of its original surface. Many experienced collectors recommend holding on to coins like this rather than selling quickly, especially as interest in classic U.S. coinage continues to rise. The final year status of the wheat penny design gives this coin an edge, and as new collectors enter the hobby, demand for recognizable and meaningful pieces like the 1938 cent is expected to grow steadily. In the end, the faded 1938 wheat penny stands as a powerful reminder that even the smallest objects can carry immense value. It connects the past to the present, tells the story of a nation on the brink of change, and continues to inspire collectors across the United States. Whether you see it as a historical keepsake, a conversation piece, or a potential treasure worth thousands of dollars, this coin proves that age, rarity, and story can transform an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. If you ever come across one, take a closer look, because what appears faded at first glance may actually be a hidden symbol of lasting value and timeless American history. At last, this is the 1945 Wheat Penny, a coin born in the final year of World War II, when the United States was transitioning from a wartime economy into a new era of hope and rebuilding. Every 1945 Wheat Penny tells a story of factories shifting from weapons to consumer goods, soldiers returning home, and a nation breathing again after years of sacrifice. Even in a dirty, heavily circulated condition, this penny connects directly to that powerful moment in time, making it far more than just spare change. It becomes a tangible relic from a year that reshaped the modern United States. The physical presence of the 1945 Wheat Penny adds to its appeal. Struck primarily in a copper-based alloy following the wartime steel experiment of 1943, this coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, giving it that familiar solid feel collectors love. Its warm copper tone, even when darkened by dirt and age, still carries a natural glow beneath the surface. The iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front symbolizes unity and endurance, while the wheat ears on the reverse represent prosperity and growth, themes that perfectly matched the spirit of America in 1945. When a coin shows dirt, grime, or deep circulation marks, many collectors see that not as damage, but as proof that the coin truly lived through history. What makes the 1945 Wheat Penny especially interesting is the number of subtle details that can elevate its status from common to highly desirable. Mint marks, striking quality, and hidden die variations can all dramatically influence collector demand. Even coins that appear ordinary at first glance can sometimes surprise owners with rare characteristics discovered later. The year itself is a major attraction, as collectors often focus on end-of-war coinage due to its emotional and historical significance. This combination of symbolism, age, and potential rarity keeps interest in the 1945 Wheat Penny consistently strong. When discussing rarity, condition always plays a critical role, yet demand does not disappear simply because a coin is dirty or worn. In fact, many collectors actively seek circulated examples because they feel more authentic and accessible. A dirty 1945 Wheat Penny may show softened details, darker coloration, and surface marks, but that same wear confirms decades of circulation across American hands. In today's collector market, coins with a genuine circulated look often spark nostalgia-driven demand, especially among new collectors who want an affordable entry point into classic U.S. coinage while still holding something meaningful. Now let's talk about value, because this is where excitement really builds. While standard market prices for circulated wheat pennies are often modest, the collector world is driven by potential, scarcity, and perceived uniqueness. A dirty 1945 wheat penny with special characteristics or strong historical appeal is frequently talked about in enthusiast circles with speculative values reaching into the thousands of dollars. Some collectors describe examples like these commanding prices around $2,500, $5,000, or even $10,000 when linked to rare mint marks, unusual errors, or exceptional backstories. These high-dollar figures create a sense of urgency and curiosity, encouraging people to recheck old jars and inherited collections with fresh eyes. Even when these numbers are discussed as premium or aspirational values, they fuel the belief that hidden treasure could be sitting unnoticed in everyday change. For collectors, the key to maximizing the appeal of a dirty 1945 wheat penny is careful handling and informed decision-making. Cleaning is generally discouraged, as removing natural dirt and patina can actually reduce long-term desirability. Instead, preserving the coin as it is, while learning about its mint origin and possible variations, often proves far more rewarding. Storing the coin properly, sharing it with knowledgeable collectors, and staying aware of market trends can turn a simple find into a conversation-worthy piece. Many seasoned collectors recommend patience, as demand for historically important coins tends to rise over time, especially those tied to major national milestones like the end of World War II. In the end, the 1945 Wheat Penny stands as a powerful reminder that value is not always about shine or perfection. Even in dirty condition, this coin represents resilience, history, and possibility. Its steady collector demand, emotional connection to a defining year, and the ongoing buzz around high-dollar valuations keep it firmly in the spotlight. Whether you see it as a potential investment, a historical artifact, or a symbol of America's past, the 1945 Wheat Penny continues to prove that sometimes the most unassuming coins carry the greatest stories and the biggest dreams.